Chapter number 16 we are looking at, and this is light. So we shall be taking question and answer on light. Suppose you are in dark room. Can you see objects in the room? Can you see objects outside the room? Now if you are in a dark room, that you will not be able to see anything, because this works on the reflection. If the light reflects from some object, then only you are able to see. But if outside also we have dark, you will not be able to see. But outside, if it has light, then because the reflection of light is coming to your eyes, then you are able to see the objects which are outside. So we can see any object where light is reflected. If this is an object, this is our eye, light reflects, and then we can see. But in the dark room, no light is reflected by the object, so we are not able to see the objects in the dark room. But if there is light outside the room, then we can also see the objects which are lying outside. Differentiate between regular and diffused reflection. And does diffuse reflection mean the failure of laws of reflection? Let me answer the second part first. No, because laws of reflection, they work everywhere. There are some irregularity on the surface that makes the things different to understand. So this is the regular surface. We have plain, very plain surface. Here we have irregular surface, that means it is not plain. So there are so many irregularities here. The light which reflects from this regular surface is regular reflection. Here we call it as diffuse reflection. So first is this, it takes place from a smooth surface, as you can see here. It's a very smooth surface. Here you can find it as a rough surface. Then the reflected rays moves in a particular direction like this. Here reflected rays scattered in random directions. And also the reflection is by, say, a plane surface like plane mirror. Here it can be, for example, a road surface which is irregular. Mention against each of the following whether regular or diffuse reflection. So this polished wooden table is we need to see that whether it is placed, that is, this is a plane surface or this is a irregular surface. So polished is very plain, so it is regular. This is regular. Chalk powder irregular because this is a powder. Cardboard surface, most of the time it is diffused. Marble because it is plain, so regular. Mirror, it is regular. And piece of paper, because again this is irregular, so we have diffused reflection. So polished, we have regular. In chalk powder, because it has an irregular surface, so we have diffused. Cardboard is irregular, so it is giving you diffused reflection. Marble floor with water spread on it is a smooth surface, so now you get a regular reflection. A mirror has smooth surface, so it will give you regular reflection. Piece of paper, as it has minor irregularities, so we can get diffuse reflection. State the laws of reflection. The laws of reflection goes like this. The angle of incidence, if this is incident ray, this angle, this is a normal, and this is the reflected ray. So this is incident ray, this is reflected ray. So angle of incidence will be equal to angle of reflection. And these three, incident ray and normal, these three rays, the incident ray, normal ray and the reflected ray, they lie on the same plane. Described an activity to show that the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence lie on the same plane. So it's a very simple activity. You can do it in your home. This is the setup. So here is a torch, here is a comb with just one slit, and here is your mirror. This is the coming light, only one pointed light. This is reflected light, and this we are assuming as to be the normal, and they lie on the same plane. So what you have to do here is to fix a white sheet of paper on a drawing board or a table. Take a comb and just open one, or just make it such that only one opening is remaining. Hold the comb perpendicular to the sheet of paper as you saw in the figure. Now You can use a torch to throw light through the opening of the comb from one side. Do some adjustment to torch and comb. So we see a ray of light along the paper on the other side of the comb, as you saw in the figure. Now keep the comb and torch very steady. Now place a strip of plain mirror just now, as you saw in the figure. That place a strip of plain mirror in the path of the light ray, and let the sheet project a little beyond the edge of the table, and cut the projecting portion of the sheet in the middle. Look at the reflected ray and make sure that the reflected ray, it extends to a projected portion of the paper. Bend the part of the projected portion on which the reflected ray falls and bring the paper back to the original position like this. Okay. So when the whole sheet of the paper is spread on the table like this, it represents one plane. The incident ray, this one, the normal, this one, and the reflected ray, they all are in same plane. So when we bend the paper, you create a plane different from the plane in which the incident ray and the normal lie, but you will not see a reflected ray. See, you just bend it. So it indicates that the incident ray, normal ray and the reflected ray, they all lie on the same plane. Fill in the blanks. A person 1 meter in front of a plane mirror seems to be 2 meters from his image. If you touch your dash here with left hand in front of plane mirror, it will be seen in the mirror that your right ear is touched with dash. This is left. If you touch your left ear with right hand in front of a plane mirror, it will be seen in the mirror that your right ear is touched with left hand. The size of the pupil becomes large when you see in dim light, and when it is too much of light, then this will become smaller. Night birds have cones, dash cones than rods in their eyes, so less cones than rods in their eyes. Why? Because rods are responsible for the light, sensing of light. That is why they have more rods than cones. Choose the correct option. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and this answer is always, because this is one of the law of reflections. Choose the correct option. Image found by a plane mirror. So if this is a plane mirror, this is an object. How will be the image? The answer will be B. It will be virtual, behind the mirror, and same size as the object. So we will tick for the B1. Describe the construction of kaleidoscope. This is a kaleidoscope. So this kaleidoscope is made up of, say, 3 mirror strips joined together to form a prism. This is a kind of prism, and these are fixed in circular cardboard, like tube of a thick chart paper, and this tube is somewhat larger than the mirror strip. So this one is larger than this strip. One end of the tube is closed by a cardboard disc. This is a cardboard disc having a hole in the center through which one can see, and to make the disc durable, a piece of transparent plastic sheet is pasted under the cardboard disc. So at the center, or at the other end, this one, touching the mirror, a circular plain glass plate is fixed, this one. On the glass plate, so we have a glass plate here, and on this glass plate we have small pieces of colored glass in place to form multiple images. So here we have, say, broken pieces of colored bangles, and now if you see from here, you see a different picture, which is the purpose of kaleidoscope. Draw a labeled sketch of the human eye. So this is our human eye. This is the cornea, outside one. Inside we have retina, because here, this is important because here the image will be formed. Then this is our lens. This is our lens, and this is iris, this is pupil, this is aqueous humor inside, and outside we have vitreous humor. Inside this we have, this is a crystalline lens, and these are the ciliary muscles. And then we have optic nerve to send the information to our brain. Gurmeet wanted to perform certain activity using a laser torch. her teacher advised her not to do so. Can you explain the basis of teacher advice? See, laser is light emission through stimulated emission, emitted the radiation. So it's a very sharp and high frequency image, high frequency beam. So what happens here is intensity of laser beam is quite high. So because it carries large amount of energy, and that is why it may be harmful for the eyes, and it may even cause the permanent damage to your eyes. So you should not look at laser beam directly or indirectly for a longer period. That is the teacher's advice. Explain how you can take care of your eyes. First is go to a regular eye checkup. Take proper care of your eyes. Visit your eye specialist so that he may be able to see through properly if you have any kind of problem which he may ascertain. And if he advises you, then you can use spectacles. Too little and too much, both the lights are bad for eyes, because if the light is less, that is insufficient, then there will be eye strain and headaches. If the light is too much, like that of say sun, a powerful lamp or a laser torch can injure the retina. So we should not look at the sun or powerful light directly. If you have some problem in your eyes, say some particle has gone inside, don't rub your eyes. Always use water, and if there is no improvement, go to the doctor. Use cold clean water to wash your eyes, not very cold, but not ice cold, but somewhat cold. And always read with a vision, means keep a distance in reading, watching television, watching the mobile and tablet, and do not read by bringing your book or mobile or tablet to close to your eyes or keeping it too far. What is the angle of incidence of a ray? If the reflected ray is at an angle of 90 degree to the incident ray, so this is the case. Incidence and reflected rays, the angles are equal, because this is the law of reflection, and it is given that the sum of I plus R is 90 degree. So this is I, this is R. R can be taken as I, because I is equal to R. So this I here we have taken as I. So I plus I is 90 degree. 2I is 90 degree. Divided by 2, you get I equal to 45 degree. How many images of candles will be formed if it is placed between two parallel plane mirrors separated by 40 centimeter? The answer would be infinite number of images. Two mirrors meet at right angle. This is 90 degree. The ray of incident light is incident on one at an angle of 30 degree, as shown like this. Draw the reflected ray from the second mirror. So if this is reflected, this will also be 30, because incident and reflection angle has to be equal. Now this is, if this is 30, what this will be? This will be 60. This is given as 90. So with angle sum property, triangle sum property, if this is 60, this is 90, this has to be 60 plus 90 is 150, 180 minus 150 is 30. So this is 30. Now let us have a normal. If this is 30, this has to be 60, and when it gets reflected, this also 60. So 60 60, this is the answer. So this is 30 30, this becomes 60, that is why this becomes 30 and this becomes 60 60. Bhojo stands at A on the side of a plane mirror like this. Can he see himself? First of all, he will not be able to see himself because he is away from the mirror. Also, can he see the images of objects situated at PQR, P, Q and R? So from P there is reflected ray coming to his eyes, so P is visible. From Q, the light is coming to his eyes, so Q is visible. But R, it is not even touching the mirror, it is going like this. So Bhojo will be able to see PQ, not R, neither himself. Find out the position of the image of an object situated at A in the plane mirror. So if this is A, it will be exactly behind this A dash. Can Paheli at B see this image? Yes, because it will be reflected like this. Can Bhojo at C will see this image? Yes, again Bhojo will be able to see the image. And when Paheli moves from B to C, if he comes from this to this, Paheli comes to Bhojo, where does the image A move? It will not move anywhere, because again the way C is seeing A, B will also see like that if B comes to C. So these are the answers. The image of the object at position A will be found behind the mirror, and it will be at the same distance away from the mirror as like this A dash. So Paheli at B can see the object because reflected ray from A will reach B. Similar is the case for Bhojo. Bhojo can also see the image because his eye receives reflected ray from A. Now if we trace the reflected ray from B to C backwards, they are again converging at point behind the mirror. So position of image A remains fixed even if B or C they change their places. So this is all about the question and answer of science light. Thank you so much.